you hear how the howling of the wind outside has intensified, and you can hear the sheet metal rattling. Must be a storm brewing out there. You're still naked, obviously. And you see that Teresa has gotten up. That was just what I needed, she says, getting into her dress again, adjusting her hair. Her body still glistens with sweat. Buck, you also wake up from this noise of the storm and what Annabelle is saying.
Shit. Yeah, okay. I get up, I'll reach for my pants and start pulling on my clothes because, I don't want to be lying around naked in this place. I mean, that was fucking great, but okay, cool. That was, even for me, a little bit wild. That'll make a great fucking story for later. But now, get the pants on. And as I pull up, I say, well, thanks, T. But, I guess we should get back to the party now. Fuck, I mean, we still got... What even is the time? I try and get my cell phone out to look what the time is now.
You start looking at, hey, take your time. I need to find Alicia before she gets worried about me, Teresa says. And she's already putting everything on, and she kind of starts rushing out. It was great. And there's just the two of you there now. Both, barely clothed. What do? Do you talk about what just happened? Is it awkward? Does it feel natural? What?
Was that good for you?
I'm kind of ruffled, my hair is a bit all over. I don't know how my makeup looks. And I don't know where all my pieces of clothing are. So I'm kind of looking around, but as he starts laughing, I start laughing too. I'm like, yeah, shit, that was fun. I was hoping you'd go a bit crazy, and you did, so yeah.
Well, what can I say? I'm a man of many talents, Good looks, big brains.
I'm wanting to get a taste of the buckshot.
That's what my friends say. That is what my friends say.
I knew it. I heard it, but whatever. It's a great name. Let's where did you see my socks anywhere?
Hang on, let me go have a look for you. Hey, don't get me wrong, I'll be up for round 2 in a minute, but, we should probably find the others. And again, I check the time, because, we do need to be out of here by, 5, 6 o'clock, right, or something.
Time has actually passed quite a bit. It's close to midnight now.
Wow. I almost feel like we peaked a bit early, Annabelle, but, shit, maybe...
It's we got hours left. Definitely, yeah. Let's find the others and make sure they have a good time. I mean, they had some things on their mind. So, but okay, I'm gonna be a bit mellow and chill now. But I'm sure now we know we got this place in case we.
I grin, and I go to again make sure I'm dressed. Again, for me, it's nice and quick. I know how to quickly get my clothing on and off. You have to when you're like a sportsman like myself. And I will, when I'm fully dressed, just poke my head out the door because I'm pretty sure I know how to get back, right? Just a couple of corridors.
Yeah, you think you can figure it out. It's not that big. I mean, you have phones too that you can use to light up the way, and you think you remember how to get back.
As we start to get out, I put on the last of my clothes, and wow, can you hear that? It's like a storm out there.
Well, deserts, storms, it's a thing. Happens.
Glad we're inside.
Damn straight. Oh, boy. That was some good tequila. I'll admit, maybe I should slow down too, just a little.
Nah, I say we pick it back up now.
Annabelle, my God, you are crazy. But I love it. It's great.
Let's go.
And on your way back through this corridor, you hear moans from one of the other rooms. Someone else has clearly found this place as well.
Oh my.
A gust of wind blows through the corridor, and there's an awful stench that you can't quite place.
Oh God, what's that? And I just cover my nose.
This place is bumming me out now.
And it bums you out perhaps even more as you get closer to where you came in. There's a man slumped against the wall, hyperventilating. He doesn't look like a partygoer, though. He's wearing normal clothes. Mexican.
I will look at Annabelle, thinking she's probably any second now going to say, oh my God, should we check on this guy?
I'm just looking at him and looking at you, and again, I don't want to ruin the vibe. I'm just as we walk past him, I just like todo bien. Tu eres todo bien.
He comes too. You shouldn't be here. It's dangerous. He looks at you and then he looks down as though he was ashamed or something.
Yeah, we were just going back to the party. You should get in there.
Look, you, he bites his lip. Nothing. Come on. I'll take you back to the dance floor. I'm Tito, by the way.
Tito. Cool. What's wrong, Tito? Party too much?
Something like that. Yeah, you know. You know. You don't know.
Nah. But it's fine. You know, you do your thing. Love problems or whatever, but, you know, just try to chill out, dude. Just, go with it.
Exactly. Get yourself a glass of water or something and just, you know, man up.
Man up, I say, and I kind of give you a little elbow in the stomach.
Hey, what? It's just, it's just a saying.
Tito does lead you out past the sheet metal, and you're back at the dance floor again. You know, the gyrating bodies, the music, all the drugs and the alcohol and everything, this total debauchery all around you. And Tito is moving you towards the bar.
Hey, Tito, we're looking for two friends. They're called Raul and Daisy, and I try to describe them a little bit.
I'm sure we'll find them by the bar. Well, you're right there now. It wasn't a very long walk, really. And he begins ordering something. As you have arrived there, a man comes up to you. He's a man in his 40s wearing a silk suit, flanked by two guys who look like bouncers. He's got a smile on his face, though, so it's not like a threatening situation. He's got graying hair and a strong gaze. He might be the guy in charge here. Was it Caesar, was it? Yeah, you heard the name Caesar from Octavio. I hope you're enjoying the party, he says to you.
Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah, fucking great. Who could ask for more?
I'm Caesar, he says, and he moves to shake your hand. Do you shake his hands?
I do. I don't really want to. I don't know who the fuck this guy is, really. I mean, okay, sure, he's the guy who runs the place, but that probably means he's probably like a Mexican drug dealer or something. But, you know, fuck it. I'm cool. If he's cool, I'll shake his hand, sure.
He shakes your hand, and he says, hey, Buck, good, strong handshake. Clearly someone who can be relied on. And he smiles, and he, you know, it's not like a creepy smile or anything like that, just really kind of like, yeah, you know, seems impressed by you. Like, coaches you've met, you know?
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I do try to keep in shape. You gotta, when you go in places like me.
You are? He says to you, Annabelle.
I'm Annabelle. We're at the same campus.
And he takes your hand and tries to do the whole elegant, like, kissing the hand motion. Such a beautiful name for such a beautiful woman.
And, I mean, I think it's a bit stupid and a little bit out of time. But it's fun, you know. It's a game, you know. And he is running the show, and it's a good show. So I'm like... I'm doing a little bit of a exasperated laughter as he goes to kiss my hand.
Is there anything I can get for the two of you? He says. Anything at all. I want my guests to be happy.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, you've got pretty much everything we could want here. I'm already pretty satisfied, if I'm honest. Hell, if anything, if there is maybe a few more areas where you can just chill for a bit and have some beers. Oh, so we are looking for two friends. I don't know if you've seen them.
Who are you looking for?
I will describe Raul and Daisy.
And he whispers to one of the guys who's with him, and the guy moves off. They'll be here really soon. And what about you? He says to you then, Annabelle.
Well, do you have any Alize? I haven't had that for ages.
Of course. And he kind of claps his hand, and the other guy moves off to raid the big bar wall. And there it is.
The most terrible alcopop of the century. Let's go. Okay, let's have fun with this.
Raul comes up to you, Daisy does too. And, wow, that's Peter, Raul's ex. He's with Raul.
Okay, how do they look? I'm like, immediately, as soon as I see him, I'm like, ooh, beelining for him. And I'm like, hey.
And he looks beaming, like, happy. And Peter looks like he's happy too.
Hi, Peter. Hi, Raul. Raul, can I just borrow you? Can I just snag you for a minute?
Sure. What?
So I'm just pulling him away, but I'm like, what? Okay, so Peter's here, and you look like you're okay.
Yeah, I think we might be able to fix this. We had a good long talk, and
no,
he isn't quite over me, and I'm for sure not over him.
That's crazy, homie. I thought for sure you were just... I mean, I know you were upset and all, but I thought you were the one that kind of wanted to give it up because he wouldn't come through with some things and so on. But okay, I mean, you're happy. You look happy. You look great.
Yeah. Maybe I'll regret it in the morning, but right now, I feel great. And you're such a good friend. Thank you so much for taking care of me.
And I give him a hug. That's absolutely my pleasure. I just want us all to have a good time while we're here. Oh, and we did have a little good time. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have to tell me more later.
Yeah, later.
I see Annabelle go off to Rule, so I'll be like, alright, I better say hi to Daisy. Daisy, you having a good time? Are you finally relaxing?
I am, and she's like putting tequila shots on a plate, like lining them up, and there's some lines of Coke on there too. I'm just getting this ready, and then we are gonna fucking go.
Damn straight. Where the fuck have you two been most of the night anyway?
Oh, I mean, come on, this party, right? Where haven't we been? Raul and Annabelle, I guess you're back together now. Everyone. Daisy, Raul, Annabelle, Buck.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not gonna keep him away. I just wanted to check in, make sure everything was fine. And it seems like it is.
It does. Daisy has this plate with the tequila shots and the lines of Coke, and she just goes, let's get fucked up. Salud. And she starts with a shot by herself without even waiting for you.
I take my shot and join her. I've got my second wind back. I'm feeling good, and now I know everyone else is fine. I'm happy for the rest of the evening to just be this. Like, I've definitely had my, what I wanted out of this night. Pretty much everything, actually. So, I'm happy to chill with my friends and wait till the morning. But until then, USA!
And if you both let it happen, if you both give in to the party, to the feeling, then things become a blur. You're dancing, you're singing along to the music with a group of strangers. Annabelle, you end up briefly taking care of Raul, who is throwing up, passes out on Peter's lap. Buck, you think you might have been making out with a girl on the dance floor, or was it a guy? You're not quite sure. And as you're staggering off for another drink, Buck, you see, like, what the fuck's that? Dried in blood stains on the floor and wall? No, that's crazy. Someone must have spilled some tomato juice or some shit like that. Bloody Marys, all that. And you see Cesar again. And for a moment, he seems to be wearing an iron crown on his head. His face is drenched in his own blood, which runs onto his suit. And then that vision is gone. But the whispers, they are not whispering, they're yelling in your ears. Your time is up, Buck.
Again, I whirl around. I always whirl around like, who said that? What the fuck?
And the wind gets even worse. It seems to hammer at the corrugated steel and the covered windows. And you see how the staff are beginning closing the doors, barring, padlocking the doors, probably making it safe.
Huh. I do see that. That's a bit weird, though. I kind of I'll meander over and say, hey, can I just get some air? What the fuck's going on out there? Is it like a storm or something?
It's a really bad one. You don't want to be out there. You stay in here. It's nice and safe in here. It'll blow over in a minute, and then you can go out.
Fine. But I will attempt to... I am a little drunk. I'll attempt to just push the door open a little just to see for myself. I'm curious.
The door is now barred and padlocked, and it's you kind of feel the door just to check, like, could you actually get this open? Because, I mean, this is kind of a rickety place, right? You should be able to, like, push it open. You know, it's all of this is improvised anyways, right? But when you do that, it's like concrete. It's like, it doesn't move. It's shut properly. The storm is definitely not going to threaten you in here.
All right, I guess I'll go back to join the others. I'm a little off now. Maybe I haven't taken any more meth. I'll save the rest for later. Maybe I'll just chill for some beers. I mean, it's what's the time now? 2, 3 o'clock?
Yeah, it becomes difficult to keep track of what time it is. When you come to, the two of you are on the dance floor. You are making out, and that's when you see there's a naked man standing in the middle of the crowd on the dance floor. He reeks. You can smell it all the way from where you're standing, and you see how the other people are keeping a distance. He looks to be muttering.
I'll lead Annabelle away from this guy, and I'll just say, fuck it up, some people here are fucking crazy, right?
Yeah. Shit, I even smelled him, man. Let's have another Snappletini.
Okay, hang on. I'll let her go for a moment, and I will actually, for the first time, and then I actually try and look for what it's about. So just like, you know what, fuck it, I can't be bothered to have people like this on our dance floor. It's bumming me out. Hey! You
try to yell for security, and you notice that there are other naked people about as well, doing the same thing. Most people are so fucked up, drunk, and lost in the music that they don't seem to mind, though. There's no security coming.
Weird. Do they all look fucking, like, weird people? They're like normal people, just naked?
Kind of normal, but what they're doing is obviously not normal at all. And then there are others there, too. There are others. Men covered in scar tissue that barely look human, walking with a posture more akin to a bear or a vulture than people. And Barbie Girl by Aqua starts blaring over the speakers, the lights on the dance floor spasming rhythmically to the beat, bathing the room in flashes of colored light broken by moments of utter dark. And you're standing there, the two of you, in this darkness. You find each other's hands.
I will grab Annabelle's hand, and I just stop dancing, because, wait, how many fucking weirdos are there? Like, this has gone beyond 1 or 2. This is, and something about the way the light's going on and off. I start checking to make sure I'm not anywhere near any of these people.
You're not. Annabelle, what do you do?
I'm kind of confused because I'm kind of drunk too, and I'm looking around, kind of squinting, trying to make things out in the darkness. I just lean onto Bach. I'm like, what's going on? This is a bit too hectic.
I actually whisper, even though I'm kind of yell whispering. Nah, just... I'm not going mad, am I, or anything? You see, there's a lot of these weirdos.
As you say that, the machismo guy with the tribal tats, the one who looked like The Rock, you see him, he's standing right in front of you. He's staring at you with this dumb look as a machete is stuck in his neck, half decapitating him. One of the beast-like men grins at you as blood sprays all over you. I need you to avoid harm, or you will lose your footing here.
Fuck me!
8.
18.
And Annabelle, you slip in all this blood that's covering the floor now, and fortunately Buck is right there, and you are in control of the situation. You can pick Annabelle up and try to get away if that's what you're going to do, or you can fuck this guy up. You can beat him, I suppose.
Fuck yeah! I kind of pull Annabelle up. I say, what the fuck, bro? And, you know, I mean, there's plenty of times I've got in fights that are completely fucking stupid, and I admit that, but a guy just fucking with a machete, he thinks he's tough? Fuck this! And I go and I just deck this guy in the face, if possible.
Then I would like you to engage in combat, so roll your violence.
20.
How do you kill this guy and take his machete?
I go up to him, full of bravado, deck him in the face. What's his initial reaction to just a normal punch in the face?
He just grins and growls. It's like he's not, like, you can't tell if it's the drugs and the alcohol that's just kind of twisting what you're seeing. It's like he's not quite human, but he must be, of course. But he's just like growling in a kind of animal way, like a bear or like a boar or something like that.
I do a double take and I just punch him again, take that machete and punch him with the machete and fucking realize I'm holding a fucking bloodstained machete and I kind of almost drop it, but for some reason I don't. I want to keep hold of it, but I look around and I just say, fucking security, what the fuck? Get over here!
And as you look around, you see that Teresa, she's right up there. She's tripped. She's trying to get up. There's a man with a large hammer that's moving up right behind her, though, looking to cave in her skull. What do you do?
Do another double take. This almost doesn't seem real, but again, I am fueled with drugs, alcohol, and bravado, and I'll go and fucking kick him down to the ground as well. I know how to beat people up.
Annabelle, what are you doing here? Are you trying to help him out somehow, or are you just kind of cowering in fear? What do you do?
I'm not really following what's happening. I'm just I slip on something. I see this man with a machete, and then I look down and I see that my jumper is all bloody. It's all blood. It's like soaked in, and I'm just blinking, and I can't understand what's happening. It's crazy. It's just I'm really struggling with getting a grasp of the situation, I feel.
Of course you are. This is a completely insane situation. And dealing with this is something that would be very difficult for most people. But not for you, Buck. You're in command. You have a bloody machete. You've just killed someone, probably. And now you're going to go save your new friend. How do you do that?
Like I said, I go behind the guy and just give him a quick kick down to the ground.
All right. Then, engage in combat.
11.
All right. You're going to lose your machete here. Why do you lose your machete here? You're going to be able to take this thing down.
I guess as I take him down, he kind of just leaps up again, and I just fucking instinctively just shove a machete into his head, and he falls, and I almost feel like throwing up because I've beaten people up before, but I've never fucking... I've killed that guy. I've definitely killed that guy. I fucking killed... But he came at me! I grabbed Teresa off the ground and I say, you saw that, right? He came at me!
Yeah, thank you. Come on, we have to get out.
I try and assess the situation now. Like, what's happening? Are these people attacking multiple people? Is this like a bloodbath? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, it's a total fucking massacre. You have had some success in fighting back, but everywhere else that you look, you see these naked men and these beast-like men. They're massacring the guests, chopping limbs off. People are being killed in very, very brutal ways. And yes, it's a total slaughter, and it looks like if you wait too long, you're going to have more to deal with than just the two people you've been dealing with now.
It's what I fucking thought. I fucking knew it. This is some fucking Mexican drug cartel gang shit. I knew this. Like, fucking the fucking criminal shitheads. Okay. I turn, I grab Annabelle, I grab Teresa. I try and look for Arul and Daisy, but if I don't see them in 5 seconds, I'm heading to the back where we've been before.
As I'm being held up and on my feet, I'm trying to look around to get an idea of if we can hide somewhere or get out of here. Can I do a observe a situation roll?
Absolutely.
That's a 9.
You do get to ask a question, but you will attract unwanted attention.
So I want to see what my best way through this is.
You look around trying to figure out how the heck are you going to get out, and you end up looking up and you see on the metal rafters above, you see Caesar smoking a cigar overlooking the carnage. He's wearing a metal crown, and then you think, yeah, the metal grate. Of course, the metal grate. The wind was howling. Maybe it leads outside.
The grate in the floor. There has to be some kind of tunnels. Maybe that's how people got in, or maybe not. I'm kind of in the grip here of my would-be savior, I kind of just shake my arm loose, and I'm like, you can see that I look like I am sobering up. Come, quick. I think I know a way.
And as you're kind of sort of sobering up or kind of coming to, you feel someone tugging at you. It's Daisy. Annabelle!
Daisy, come on, we gotta get out of here. Where's Raul?
And as you look at her, you see how she's impaled by a machete, her intestines poking out of her stomach, and there's this grinning creature right behind her. Roll to keep it together.
14.
What kind of condition will you be getting here?
I become angry immediately. So angry. It's like this, what Buck has been doing just rubs off on me, and I was like, no! And I try to pull her towards me, away from him, but I'm just... Yeah, I'm probably just getting the machete, pulled out of her, which isn't good either.
Yeah, she spits up blood, and you can see the life fading from her.
No! And then I start running.
I run after her. I run very quickly. I go full fucking sprint. The meth probably helping a lot. I mean, my concentration is all over the fucking place, but the adrenaline burst is... No, this is do or die. This is a fucking do or die situation, and I'm gonna fucking live. But Annabelle as well. We'll get out. I'm sorry, Raoul. I'm sorry, Daisy. And I just jump almost over her to just quickly get out of there. I don't even care if Teresa's following, although I do at least try and pull her with me.
Yeah, you do, and she's following. There are times when you kind of trip over dead bodies on the floor, or on blood, or brain matter, or whatever it is that you're stepping on. You kind of don't really want to think about it. And then you see Raoul. He's being held by two of the naked men as one of the beasts are moving to smash Peter's knee with a hammer. But you see this before it has happened fully. What do you do?
Oh, fuck it. I'll try and rugby tackle one of them and just say, Roll, get the fuck up!
You can roll for engage in combat again.
19.
You get your best football tackle going, and you take this guy down. He falls to the floor, hitting his head on the concrete, and you don't think he's gonna get up. Not right away, anyways. And your distraction has allowed Raoul to get loose as well, and you see him kind of moving towards Peter and getting him up, and they're starting to hobble with you as well.
And if I can I grab maybe that hammer or something?
Of course. You have a hammer with you now.
This is good. This is fucking good. I feel so... The adrenaline rush. I'm so angry. And I want to live. And I don't even say anything to Raoul. I just nod and tell him, follow me now!
And you're moving where?
I continue to follow Annabelle. She said something about a grate. I think I remember the grate. Again, I'm not really good at focusing on details right now, so I'll just let her lead. She's known what she's doing.
I do try to find that way back then, out the back, down the corridor, and to that grate that I think might lead to some kind of underground passage or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. You are at the metal sheet now. Do you, you move it to the side, and you're in the labyrinth again, rushing through this dark labyrinth with, you've tried to get your phones out. I think you lost yours, but Raoul has his. He's helping light the way, and you hear the metal sheets rustling in the wind now really, really loudly, and this loud music, and that's still the screams. They're coming at you, this time with full force, not like muffled like it was before. And you're at the grate.
How the fuck can they get away with this? They can't fucking... How can they fucking... And I'm just mumbling to myself as I'm trying to pull
Annabelle,
this
don't fucking think about it. We're not in fucking America, okay? You know how the rest of the world is. It fucking sucks.
Come on, help me with this.
Okay. I lean down and try and pull this thing up, and I do also say to everyone else present, put a hand in, come on!
Yes, and it is quite heavy. I would like you to roll to act under pressure to see how smoothly you can do this, or if it ends up being something that takes a considerable amount of time. And you can, of course, also roll to help.
So who is the lead role?
It would probably be Buck.
Probably, although you'll notice I'm not the most elegant when I do it. I'm kind of just pulling it almost a bit too hard.
Okay, well, I'm trying to help you then.
And that is a 4.
Then my help doesn't really matter.
No, I kind of go and you see me just full strength on this thing, but obviously it actually probably requires a bit of dexterity, and I'm almost like not really even paying attention to what I'm doing. So yeah, I just start pulling like, fucking, come on, you fucking thing!
And you pull really hard, so the grate goes flying, making a huge noise, and out of the shadows steps the man you saw before, Tito, you think it was. You're not supposed to be here.
Oh, shit. We're not supposed to fucking be here, Mr. Tito. Fucking hell, we need to get it out of here! Are you with us or not? Or is this all fucking what part of the plan? Is this what the Caesar? Is this his plan?
Come on, man. You told us that it was dangerous. Was this what you meant?
And he begins hyperventilating again and starts backing off. You have to run fast. I have to tell them about you. Run.
Just go into the room. Just go somewhere on the side, okay? You didn't even see us. You didn't see us.
Then try to influence other.
12.
Sure. All right. Yeah, I didn't see anything. You go. Follow the tunnel. It'll take you out into the desert.
Thanks.
Hearing what he says, though, I just hear Annabelle saying, thanks, and just, he'll tell them I didn't see you. I know deep down, he's fucking part of this whole shit. I'm not letting him go. I storm forwards and try and grab this guy by the neck.
What are you intending to do? You want to take him out, or?
I want to push him against the wall so he can't escape.
You can do that. I would like you to engage in combat here, because you are high as hell, and you have an adrenaline high on top of that. What you do here might go terribly wrong.
18.
And here, because it's so extreme in that direction, even though you didn't necessarily mean it, given everything that you've gone through, you push him up against the wall, and he hits the back of his head quite badly, and you just see him slump together. Like his head just kind of comes down, and there's blood on the wall.
Fuck it! Shit!
Come on, Buck, come on, we gotta go!
Before I leave him, because fuck it, I've knocked him out. Great. I'll just look at Annabelle, and I quickly just try, search his pockets, search his pants or something. He might have keys, or maybe he has another weapon on him.
You search through his pockets, and you find a gun and ammunition.
I know how to fire a gun. My dad made sure I knew how to fire a gun. I quickly clip it, load it up, and I don't care if it's not a good gun, it will do, and I just nod at the others. I give Annabelle the hammer and say, okay, fine, you take this. Let's get that. Let's go. I dive down into that dark tunnel. I don't care about Tito. I don't care about any of these motherfuckers. They came at me. And we gotta get out of here. I've gotta get Annabelle and whoever else. Let's just get out of here.
You begin moving down. Annabelle, what do you do?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be ahead of him as soon as I see that he is coming, instead of fighting someone else, and he gives me the hammer as he pockets a gun. I'm just thinking that we'll need that. That's good. And if nothing else, maybe we find a place to hide and lay low until, I don't know, daylight comes. And I start making my way then ahead, like in this whatever passage it is, how it looks like.
It's like a very narrow tunnel, but you're able to move if you're kind of crouching down. And Teresa is with you, Raoul and Peter. Daisy is, of course, left behind. And Teresa is asking, hey, did you know, of course, you never met Alicia. I hope she's all right. But let's keep going. And the tunnel is moving underneath this factory, and you hear the music growing louder, as though you are getting underneath the dance floor or close by it or something like that. It's growing in volume to the same volume that it had when you were there. And in the tunnel, you see the blood has started to flow down from the massacre on the floor, and the lights are flickering on and off in this blood-washed factory. And you see how Teresa, she's one of the last ones, she kind of stops and tries to look through the grating, Not like opening it or anything like that, but looking through. Just fuck. I can't see Alicia.
I'm sorry, Teresa. I'm so sorry. It's just us now. We gotta get out.
No, there she is. And she gets down on her knees, crying, covering her mouth not to make a sound.
I try to comfort her. I'm in a hurry, but I try to comfort her just so that she can get up on her feet again and we can get going.
As you're trying to comfort her, you can't help but look up yourself, and you see through the grates, you see the contours, the shapes of these naked men. They're holding hooks and chains, and they're moving slowly around. Yeah, they must have been building an altar of some kind. Their skin is wet with blood and sweat as they are chanting slowly, and this happens to all of you. Your skin, it prickles as the temperature in the factory begins to plummet. Your breath fogs before your sweat turns to icy rivulets, threatening to freeze on your skin. And screams are echoing inside your head as the cacophony of pain reaches a crescendo out there, and the unmistakable taste of iron and the scent of fresh blood overpowers your nose and your mouth. And above the altar, the air begins to shimmer, and a mist gathered from exhaled breath begins to coalesce. And you can see the outlines of something, the ghostly outlines of some kind of creature, blurred and indistinct, coalescing in the air above the pile of dismembered bodies.
I stagger. I try not to throw up. I can feel this buzzing in my head, and I don't give a flying fuck what's going on up there. It's all I drugged and alcohol and fucking crazy people. I'm gonna just grab Annabelle hard and try and stumble down this corridor, away. I don't care if the wind is howling. I need to get out.
Yes, you do, and the walls drip blood, and your ears are buffeted by the screams of the dead and the dying, the chants and the growls of the beast-like men. As you move ahead, there's an emaciated person, clearly dehydrated, that's hiding behind a piece of machinery in the tunnel. They look at you with panic in their eyes as you come up to them. They're in a really bad state. This must not be the first time. They're wearing kind of ripped party clothes. This has happened before.
Oh, you! Is there a fucking way out down here?
They can't seem to say anything. The words don't come out of their mouth. It moves, but nothing comes out. Annabelle, the whispers, they scream to you. We know where you live. And the whispers in the desert winds becomes this cacophony. And the storm surrounding the factory just grows and grows, and you see the outside now. You can get out there. The tunnel, it leads out into the freezing dark desert. And as you get close to it, the storm is blowing sand and dust in your eyes. It stings. You have no idea how to get home or what is waiting out there, if you could even survive the trek through the desert. At the same time, you know the slaughter and the probable fate awaiting you in the factory. So you have a choice. What do you do? Do you keep going? Do you go back? But if you did, for what? What do you do? You have to decide.
As I've been stumbling forward with Buck, and I try to comfort Teresa, try to make sure she was going as well, and we see this other guy. I'm just stopping there at the exit. There's a howling wind. There's dust in my mouth. I just try to shout over it to Buck. We can't go out there like this. That guy was probably from a previous party or something. Maybe we could just stay the night, and if he's got away, then they don't know about this place. Maybe.
I'll get down to a knee. Look at this fucking madness, and she's right. We can't just run out into the desert right now. We'll wait. I'll find a corner, and I'll just get the gun, and I'll say, okay, fine, fuck it. We sit here. We wait. We wait it out. As soon as that storm's done, get out of here. Fine, and I'll kind of just look back where we came. Prep the gun. If anyone comes, I'm going to shoot them.
It is so cold. I just huddle my blood-soaked clothes. I just huddle next to Buck, trying to just take some heat, and I motion for the others to come and huddle with us.
You do that. You huddle there. You choose to remain.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not going back, but I can't go forward. I'll just sit down where this guy is, whatever. Just ready myself, because maybe they won't come. Maybe they're done, and they've had their fill. What do they care about us? I don't know.
Some time passes, and then they do come, led there by Tito. There's many of them. There's too many of them. The gun, it works at first, and you kill many people, or creatures, whatever they are. Many of them fall before you, but they're over you. Their hands, their claws, they overpower you. And you are brought before the altar. You're held down. There's a beautiful woman with flowing red-brown hair that's floating above the altar. She's magnificent and horrible. The beast-like men have lined up, offering their throats to her. She smiles, sweeping down and tearing them out one by one, until only Caesar and the naked men remain. She removes the dark crown from his head and whispers, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." And he takes up his gun with a smile on his face, and he blows his brains out, and then rises again. And on his ruined face, his eyes now shine with new insight and new clarity. He starts to float upwards, laughing, and the ceiling windows shatter, and he disappears into the stormy night. And the naked men weep. They weep. The woman, she holds the crown in her hands. It wishes a different taste. Will you be my servant, like Caesar was? Will you offer me 200 souls to reign over life and death? In return, I will give you anything that your soul desires. And she turns to the both of you, and you hear the husky voice in your mind. Annabelle, be my queen, and cleanse the world of their ignorant kind. Buck, join me, be a king. Have anyone you want and punish the rest. They will fear and respect you. That is the offer before you. What do you say to that offer?
I sit there and I'm crying a lot. I've been transfixedly looking at everything that's happening around me, my head whirling from one to the other as the throats are being torn out. This being is hovering in the air. It's like a ghost. It's like some kind of ghost, like this whole place is haunted, and now that man, Caesar, he gave himself, he made a sacrifice to himself, be part of it. And I could either die here, or I'd do the same thing. She is talking in a way that's strangely appealing to me. Like, rising above the masses. It's just what I've been trying to do. And now I just want to go home. And that's all I say. sniffle and I say, I want to go home. I just want to go home.
I've been beaten bloody. They tried to take me down and I tried to fight back and I took out a lot. But I couldn't take them all out. And I just felt so much pain and everything's been a buzzing headache. And I'll be honest, everything that's happened has just been a blur of madness. And I have no idea what's going on. I can't. I'm too strung up. I'm too in pain and too much alcohol. It's all just a nightmare. I get it now. A bad trip. A real bad trip. And I've just been weeping, saying, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. And finally, when this nightmare thing says words, I don't know what they mean. I just say, I don't want to die. I don't die here.
The crown has been offered. Who of you accepts it?
I look up with a bit of fear in my eyes and I just look between her and then over at Buck, just looking into his eyes, just feeling everything that we've shared, and I don't know what to say. I don't say anything.
I reach out. I don't understand what I'm doing. It's pure instinct. I don't want to die.
Do you take the crown?
Yes.
Then she helps place the crown on your head. You are the new monarch of slaughter. And she looks to the rest, to Raoul, to Peter, to Teresa, and to you, Annabelle. You will submit to the new majesty. Do you submit, Annabelle?
I just stand up and I try to hold on to Buck's arm. Try to be close to him. I just want to stay away from the carnage. I want him to... And I kind of hear this inner voice that just makes me despise myself for this. But I want him to protect me. And I will stand with him. I will submit.
And you do submit to the monarch of slaughter, and your personality is scraped away like wet paint, replaced with a pure, unadulterated fanaticism. You are filled with the purity of the monarch's convictions. Monarch, what will be the fate of those that survived? Will you sacrifice them to cement the coronation, or will you let them live on to spread the word of the herald of violence?
Suddenly everything is so much more clear. Yes, some blood must be spilt, but not Annabelle. She is mine. She will submit. She already has. She will join me, and we shall submit to our mistress and continue the slaughter. It will be good. It will be glorious.
And what of the others? What of Raoul? What of Peter? What of Teresa?
Death for them. They must.
They must be sacrificed to cement the coronation, to make this proper and pure. And the cacophony of voices grow louder and louder until it replaces all as Desert Whispers comes to an end. You have listened to an episode of Red Moon Roleplaying, where we played the scenario Desert Whispers for KULT Divinity Lost, which was written by Topher Burke, with additional material from Pettenalu, and was released as part of the Screams and Whispers scenario collection. This series has been sponsored by our friends at Helmgast. The music was made by Atrium Carceri, featuring a number of collaborations with other artists, and was used with permission from their label Cryochamber. Check out their website at cryochamber.bandcamp.com or their YouTube channel for some moody dark ambient for your gaming table. We would like to give massive thanks to our champions of the Red Moon: Martin Heuschober, Nastasia Raulerson, Simon Cooper, David, Julia, Camilla, Ludwig Manford, Bob Lange, Julián, Cameron, Xabier, Daniel, and Antxon for their generous support. And we would of course also like to thank all of our other patrons. Without your support, the show would not be possible. If you want to support our work, please check us out on Patreon. You can get access to bonus campaigns for KULT Divinity Lost and Coriolis there, as well as get early and raw access to all of our recordings. You can also hear your name read on the show as a champion of the Red Moon, as well as play KULT with us. Most importantly, that support is what keeps the show going, so do check us out there. Thank you again for listening.
And remember, death is only the beginning.